Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well while learning the truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, the prophets, the servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the Akwaf, which are the sisters that are sincere in your children. Shalom. And in today's video is going to be touching off of the Brother the Hopeful Like 3 video, where it is Jake, basically saying that we are still slaves. And that's true. We are yet this day in our captivity, as it tells you in the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8, roughly paraphrasing that. But I'm going to get into this video so we can hear what it is that Jake is talking about. And I'm going to get a few precepts to bag up his claims and what he's talking about. And Lord's willing to be edifying to you brothers and sisters that come across it. So with that being said, we're going to say fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes only.
We are slaves, right? Like, we're currently all slaves. Slavery never went away. It was just remodified as the working system. Every day you have to get up super early, spend 8 hours a day away from your friends, your loved one, your family, work for pennies on the dollar to make somebody else richer than they already are. And then you get hit with all these bills that you can barely afford because shit is going up. Things are way too expensive.
Right. And we basically got a little quick gist of what it is he's saying. So I'm going to go to this precept right here. Because we know that this place America is an IRS, man. And matter of fact, I'm going to go to that book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8, just because I mentioned it at first. I'm going to go to that in the spirit. But we know that this place is an IRS, man. We know that we were brought over here to serve out our punishment for being disobedient to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's why we were brought to this place, America, to be, to pay out our penalty for our wrongdoings, right? So this is book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. And it said, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, right? Meaning this place, America. Wasn't we brought over here during the transatlantic slave trade in ships? So we're definitely still in captivity. Where thou hast scattered us, right? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the one that scattered us, for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, right? Paying bills, working jobs that you're not benefiting off of for real, and things of that nature, like the guy just said, right? To be subject to payments according to all the iniquities, right? Meaning the sins, the wickedness that our forefathers have done, which a lot of us are our forefathers, reincarnation. So we were probably some of those men back in the ancient days that were, going off and doing things that wasn't pleasing unto the Lord, And it says, which departed from the Lord our power, man. So they departed from the ways of the Lord, which they stopped following after the law, statutes, and commandments according to the Bible. Our people started worshiping idols, started doing all type of buggery, man. And the Lord, he punished us for that. It goes to tell you about that in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 15, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15 on down, about the curses that we will go up under for being disobedient to our power. And we are still to this day, in this point of time, still enduring those things, right? We're still up under the curses. They won't be lifted from off us, I should say, to, Lord Yahushua makes his return and the world gets established in righteousness. That's when the curses will finally be off the Israelites. But until that happens, which is soon to come, we're going to be under these curses, man. We're going to be subject to payments. We're going to have to go to work. We're going to have to pay bills. We're going to have to do certain things like that. You're going to have to get, ridiculed, mocked at, laughed, looked at as a reproach to these other nations. That's all part of the curses, right? But this is Micah chapter 2, verse 10 in the KJV. It said, arise ye and depart, right? That means spiritually out of this place, America, because this place is not our rest, And it says, because it is polluted, right? Wicked, full of sin, full of perverseness, full of all type of idolatry, full of all type of fornication, full of all types of things that is polluted, or it pollutes the spirit and the mind, right? It said it shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. And 2/3 of our people, they have been destroyed by this place, man. That's why ultimately the Lord is going to have to, allow them to, meet their judgment over here on this side in this place, America. They're not going to make it to the new heaven and the new earth that's soon to be established. They're going to be born back in, of course, through the elect man and lady. But on this side, they're going to have to perish because they have been destroyed in the mind by the philosophies and the customs and the things of this place, America, man. They're stuck in this system, man, right? Spiritually and mentally, they're bound in this place. That's why they're going to have to be, ultimately judged. And then, like I said, again, born back in the kingdom through the elect. But I'm going to get back into this video, though, so we can just hear a little bit more of what he's saying.
ass bills, you're broke and have to go to work again the next day. And then once you get paid again to pay your bills, you're going to be broke again. It's literally a rat race. It's like the guinea pig on the hamster wheel. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way because I just got paid and now I'm broke. And don't get me wrong, I have money saved up, I have money in investments. But literally, the chump change I got paid from my 2 jobs is all of a sudden gone because it went to bills. And now I have to go back to work again, wait a whole week to get paid to pay bills again. And the same amount of money I'm getting paid, people have 2, 3, sometimes 4 kids. I'm like, there's no way people are surviving, making the same money I am with.
Right. And let me go to a precept real quick because we know why these things are ultimately happening. Like I said before, this all goes back to us being in bondage, man, being in captivity, for our wickedness, And I'm going to go to this precept. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1. And I'm going to start at verse 6. In the KJV, it says, ye have sown much and bring in little, right? That's going into your energy, all of the time that you're investing into this place, America, working, and you're not bringing in anything, man. You put a lot of energy into businesses, into working, into doing whatever it is you may be doing to try to, build just a normal life in this place, right? And you don't bring in much. And it said, ye eat, but ye have not enough, right? Ye drink, but ye are not filled, right? With drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages, right? Meaning money from these jobs and all of these different businesses and things that it is people may own or have, right? To put it into a bag with holes, like the guy just said in the video. Because guess what? Every time you do get a check, that's the way these devils set it up. Every time you do get paid or whatnot, guess what? You got to put it into, like I said, bills or into clothes or to getting food or to getting certain necessities that you need in order to keep yourself sustained in this life. So yeah, you're basically just working for nothing, man. None of this stuff over here in this place means anything, man. That's why the Lord tells us to love the world, because the world is polluted, man. Everything in this world is not to build you up spiritually, man. It's to destroy you. And like I said again, that's the way this devil set it up for it to, destroy you, to stress you out, to make you more oppressed than you already are. This is First John chapter 2, verse 15. And it said, look, and this is why we're not to love this world. Of course, we operate in this world. We go to work. We do certain things that it is we have to do in order to, keep ourselves afloat, but we don't love this place, man. We're not attached to this place. We don't love the things in this place. We're not going out partying, clubbing, trying to build up a big bank account and being rich and all of these other admirations and dreams that these people in this place have, right? It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So guess what? We're content. I wouldn't even say content, but we're just grateful for the little things that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua does bless us with, being able to have a roof over our head, being able to, like I said, have jobs, being able to, have enough money to get us food and get us through the weeks and the days and things of that nature. So we're grateful for just the small things because, as I said earlier, we know that this place isn't our rest. So we're grateful just for the things that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua does to get us through our everyday lives, man. Even though we know it's not enough, of course. But then again, like I said, that goes back to our transgressions. That goes back to us, forsaking the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and going off and being wicked, that we're in this position, right? And once you understand that, you know that you can just deal with it, man. We got to take accountability for our own actions, man, because we put ourselves in this position, and this is verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world, man. So guess what? When you so filled with the things of the world and you worrying about, when you got a covetous spirit on you and you looking at everybody else and what they have and you admiring what they got and you want that for yourself, then guess what? You're going to be filled with the pride of life. You're going to be filled with the lust of the eyes. You're going to be wanting everything in this society. You're going to be chasing after riches. You're going to be chasing after, being accepted by people, trying to fit in, trying to, have the best of everything, man. And that's not the mindset that we want to have, man. Especially knowing that this place is not our rest. Like I said earlier, you're not really focused on all of these other things, man, in this place, man. Especially knowing that soon to come, this place is about to be destroyed. So, I mean, what is it really going to profit anyway, right? And this is verse 17. And the world, right, passeth away. That world is talking about an eon or an age. This place, America, the current rulership we're under these devils that are ruling everything and wickedness. This eon or this current rulership is going to pass away, man. And the lust thereof, right? Meaning everything in this place that people seek after and pursue to try to, put all of their energy, time, and effort to achieve in this place is going to be destroyed, But he that doeth the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua abideth forever. And that's what we want to do, brothers and sisters. Continue to keep doing the will of the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. Because we know that this place isn't our rest. We know that this place is done. The Lord have already opened up our eyes to knowing that this place is not our rest, to knowing that this place is, set up for us to, ultimately fail, man. That's why we don't worry about this place, as it tells you in 2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's where our mindset is at, man. We're not in this place, America, though we still might have to go to work and do certain things like the rest of the people in this society do. But we're not here spiritually, I should say. We're here physically, but not spiritually, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Like I said, just something quick through the spirit. Like I said, Lord's willing to be edifying to you, brothers and sisters that come across it. Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom.